Yeah. One-year anniversary on top. We'll call the meeting to order. We'll split the difference between my clock and that clock and call it 2 o'clock somewhere. Yeah? Good, good. Thank you. So we'll open the meeting by asking if anybody has a conflict or pecuniary interest. I see none, so we'll move on. And then we have the agenda before you. Anybody care to adopt the agenda as presented? Councillor Holm? Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, that's carried. And then from our clean cut development manager, Spencer.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good afternoon to you and members of council. I'll keep this item relatively brief. I know we've discussed it in the recent past. Before you, I have the staff report for the Municipal Development Plan startup. I would like to propose that from this time forward, we can just call it the town plan, because Municipal Development Plan is a bit of a mouthful and not necessarily the clearest term. Essentially, we do need to review and completely rewrite our current town plan, which is from the year 2000. A number of the elements inside the plan from 2000 are still relevant, but a lot of it has to be reconsidered, especially in light of the annexation that we've just been approved as of this last April. So with that, I'll just jump right into the project charter. And essentially, with a plan of this size, it's fairly standard, in my experience, to do a relatively detailed charter that describes the various elements of the project, why it is a project, what goals it's achieving, what the timelines are, the budgets are, and who's going to be involved. So really, I just wanted an opportunity to have council consider the project charter and if you so wish, formally adopt it or approve it at this time, so we can initiate the project formally with our representatives from the Regional Service Commission and yourselves and the public. So after this, we would initiate the project and start the first steps of analysis and initial meetings with yourselves. If there are any questions at this time, I'd be happy to field them.
Any questions for Spencer? Councillor Chapman?
Thank you, Worship. Thank you, Spencer, for bringing this forward, and I certainly support your proposal for changing the title. I do have, even for myself, the acronyms and the acronyms that go along, especially with the IMDP and a number of other plans that float around that are sometimes intermunicipal and more global or internal even. This will help us an awful long ways.
Else? Councillor Home.
In the right up here that we're asking for a budget of $30,000 for the completion of this. Is that within the existing budgetary items that we have from the 18-19 budget? Or is this going to be new money that we haven't budgeted for?
Go ahead.
If I may.
Whoever has that, sorry, yeah.
Through the chair to Councillor Home, excellent question. I should have clarified in that section that this is carryover from the last 2 years. So this is money that's been allocated previously that we're just initiating the project now as we were waiting for annexation to finalize.
Just because it's a charter that you have written here on page 8 of the 15 on item number 6. There's it's just a T missing at the end of the line that says on time and on budget, and it should be budget probably.
Yes.
It's just,
Good catch. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
but good work. Yeah, it's a very impressive document. It's nice to see that we're involving ORSC and other partners. Councillor Simpson.
I'll make a motion to approve the project charter.
Okay. Any discussion? Call the question. All in favor? There we go. That's carried.
Thank you very much.
And then we have Kyle. Is this your, no, it's not your first initiation under the microscope.
Yeah. Okay, so we have the boring bylaw 743-B-09-18. This is for the fire hall renovation. We've advertised it for 2 weeks through the public, and we have not received any feedback or comments on this bylaw. As a result, it's our recommendation that we move forward with second and third readings. If there's any questions, I could answer those now.
So if the bylaw receives the readings, would you go through and secure a debenture right away, or when would the debenture be sought after?
Probably not till 2019 when we're looking to actually build. Just to avoid paying the interest on money that we're not currently needing.
Just have to watch for the indicative rates and whatnot to
Yeah,
see.
so yeah, the rates right now range between 3.1 and 3.5%. I don't anticipate them changing a whole lot in the next few months, just based on the historical guidelines.
Good. Anybody have any questions, or anybody care to sponsor second reading? Councillor Chapman?
Your worship, I'll move for second reading of the boring bylaw.
Okay. We have Councillor Chapman moving second reading of the bylaw as presented. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor? Okay. Councillor Lloyd? Yes, please. So Councillor Lloyd moves for third reading of the bylaw. Any discussion? All in favor? Yeah, it's carried. And 7.1, we have the bank reconciliation.
Yeah, we have the bank rec for September. The main items in here was the gas tax fund that we received. Other than that, pretty standard items for October. Beginning balance just over 11 million, ending balance 11.2 million. there's any questions on the bank rec.
Councillor Holm?
I gave Beauchamp a heads up on this before, but I just wanted to ask the question on, we do see a very large number every month on this for bank Visa payments. And I think in the future, I'd like to have a little more explanation on what that dollar value is and how it's broken out a little bit better. To just have an $18,000 to $25,000 Visa bill every month without any explanation is a little concerning.
Yeah, we can break that out further, just to maybe go on that a little bit. That $18,000, approximately $10,000 consists of our monthly IT that we pay through Visa. The rest are general expenses through management, so we can have that better broken out next time.
What kind of a work?
Sorry?
Is that a extensive work task to do anything like that, or is it relatively?
The IT or the Visa?
No, the breakdown of the Visa. Like how finite do you want to be on that, or?
Well, I don't. It doesn't need to be really finite, but I just want to make sure that if we are, you know, even with the IT, if we're spending $10,000 a month on IT and we're paying for it on Visa, do we have a request for proposals yearly or whatever, that we know that we're not just hiring a friend of a friend to pay them with Visa?
Yeah. Yeah. We can work together and have something broken out that kind of summarizes different categories and highlights the important events, or not the bigger numbers. Sorry. For next time.
Okay. Any other questions through our CFO? Motion approve the bank reconciliation for the month of September. Councillor Pauls, all in favor? All right. And then we have Cindy on item 7.2. There you are, you're live.
So this is a request for an extension on a development permit that was issued November 3rd of 2017. The development permits are only valid for 12 months. And as per a land use bylaw, they can request up to 1 6-month extension. This application was at 1607 20th Street, and it is zoned direct control, so council approved this application. So that's why it's coming to you for the request for extension. They're working and almost there to secure the financing for the project, so they just want that little bit of buffer so that their permit doesn't expire and they need to reapply.
Is that the development called the Solera or whatever?
It is, yes.
Any questions for the Cindy? Councillor Lloyd?
House, or like I drove by there and to me it's just a vacant lot there.
It's 35 units. It goes, so the access is off 20th Street and it looks like a single lot, and it goes in behind there, and kind of the west side of it, or sorry, the east side of it borders onto the station grounds.
You can't see anything from 20th though.
No,
But the address is still 20th Street.
yes. Because the access will be on 20th Street, and that lot out front where you would access it is actually 1607 20th Street. It'll be a condominium development, and so it'll stick with that address for emergency response, and they would have their own addressing inside.
Councillor Chapman?
Being this will be Worship, being that this is their first and will be the only time they could apply for the additional 6 months period, I would approve the requested 6 months extension on development permit 2017-057.
Okay, any questions to Councillor Chapman's motion? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor? Everybody? Anybody opposed? I didn't I gotta get one of those mirrors that they have in the convenience stores to see who's doing what. Okay, that passed unanimously according to my calculations. Okay, and we have no information items. And, for me? Oh yeah. Here, I'm so excited to see Spencer up here that I forgot the minute. Okay, 3.1. Any questions about the minutes? Councilor Chapman?
Just a couple of things. Gotta get back into this habit again. Thank you for reminding me. Just a couple of things. There's a spelling error on item 291. It's under 6.2, so it'll be Cam Mills with. And the only other thing I'd like to just kind of speak on in the minutes is the public hearing and the number of emails that came to address to council. Probably in the future I would certainly support the idea that they should be part of a package of material that might be constituted as evidence or petitions or however you want to speak of it. So they came, so they weren't part of any package. They were just addressed at the public hearing, is that we received some letters, but there were a great number of emails and some letters. And I'd like to also thank our mayor for addressing every and each email and letter that was addressed to council, and the manner of which he spoke to them really showed the professionalism and the respect for their submission.
Spencer?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just to shed a little bit more light on that perspective, thank you, Councillor Chapman, for identifying that. As staff, we can only put together packages that we receive letters in the formal sense. So typically a letter is to be addressed to whoever's managing the file, or on larger files, the CAO. Any of the emails that council would have received, we either don't have any knowledge of as staff or weren't submitted in the formal sense of going through the proper channels. And it does say right in the advertisement that they as in those who want to provide a submission, do need to follow a process and send it through to the right individual for us to be able to include that formally.
Councilor Chapman?
Yeah, thank you, and thank you so much, Spencer, for bringing that to light. I think just in the effort to respect their interest in a subject matter, sometimes it's helpful to have that as part of a material. I know you may want to address it at another time, but I'd certainly appreciate some of that as part of a maybe even a more formal package in the future.
Okay, Kalen?
Quickly, through to Councillor Chapman, once the formal tools for the engagement for the information distribution process are set from stage one, you have to be consistent till the finish line. So what you're talking about might be, are there other ways that you can formalize the information that's received, and possibly that's something we can look at. But once you're midway through a process, you can't change the mode that's been advertised. You have to stay consistent, if that makes sense.
I agree wholeheartedly with you, Kalen, and maybe that might be something we could address in the future.
All right, was there any other errors or omissions or comments on the minutes, or if?
I'll move to accept the minutes as amended.
Okay, Councilor Chapman moves as amended with that one spelling error. Okay, all in favor? Okay, now, my council colleagues, have I got it all this time? Okay, I think we're done the public portion. A motion to go in closed session then? Councilor Simpson, all in favor? Okay.